Good afternoon, professors. I'm Emilia, and today I will be talking about food diplomacy, also known as gastrodiplomacy. What if I told you that diplomacy doesn't just happen in embassies, but also in restaurants? Every bite of sushi, every bowl of tom yum, every plate of nasi lemak, they're not just meals, they're foreign policy. Today, I'll explore how cuisine has quietly become one of the most powerful diplomatic tools, a form of soft power that connects nations through taste rather than treaties. We call this food diplomacy or gastrodiplomacy, and it reflects our ideas, culture, and cooperation shaping international relations. Traditional theories like realism view the world as a struggle for survival and power. But in the 21st century, not every form of power comes from the military or money. Harvard scholar Joseph Nye introduced the concept of soft power, the ability to attract and influence others through culture, values, and ideas. Food is one of the most effective soft power tools. Now, many countries often use food to build ties with others through the influence. Food is also an expression of who we are and where we come from, and many have used their own local dishes and cuisine to build awareness for their country and preserve cultural traditions. However, through global influence of a variety of different cuisines and globalization, the evolution of food traditions have changed, and local dishes are becoming decreasingly prominent in many countries, with many adopting Western cuisine instead. This begs the question, has food diplomacy diluted the cultures of many? Today, we'll be covering how food diplomacy has gained prominence globally and how it has affected the world as of today. Food diplomacy builds connections between countries. Liberalism in international relations emphasizes cooperation, interdependence, and mutual benefit. It assumes that global peace is more likely when countries build networks of exchange, not just in security, but also in culture and trade. Food diplomacy embodies this perfectly. When nations promote their cuisine abroad, through festivals, embassies, or restaurants, they engage in public diplomacy, building ties between people rather than governments. For example, Thailand's Global Thai campaign, launched in 2002, aimed to build open thousands of Thai restaurants overseas. At the time, there were roughly 5,500 Thai restaurants abroad, and the goal was to significantly expand this number as part of Thailand's national building and soft power efforts. Promoting Thai expert Promoting Thai exports of ingredients, processed food, condiments to support the global Thai food ecosystem, ensuring authenticity and quality of Thai cuisine abroad. By 2011, there were over 15,000 Thai restaurants worldwide, each serving as a small embassy of Thai culture. Beyond mere numbers, the campaign is credited with enhancing Thailand's soft power, making Thai cuisine a cultural export and image building tool. Through the integration of cultures in other countries with such initiatives, it helps to build trust and goodwill between nations beyond formal treaties. Such initiatives can even be beneficial in creating trade relationships through the exportation of national cuisines abroad for ingredients, restaurants, and culinary tourism. Countries benefit economically while others enjoy new cultural experiences. A win-win scenario which is central to liberal theory. Lastly, culinary diplomacy often spreads values of hospitality, cultural openness, and respect. By sharing cuisine, states encourage mutual understanding, aligning with liberal ideals that ideas and cooperation can foster peace. Food diplomacy promotes a country's culture to others. Constructivism argues that international relations are shaped not just by material forces, but by ideas, beliefs, and social meanings. Food diplomacy fits beautifully within this framework. Cuisine is a form of national storytelling. It communicates values, harmony, creativity, heritage that shape how foreign publics perceive a nation, making them favorable towards its culture, policies, or global role. Small states like Singapore can also leverage on food diplomacy to exert identity and relevance in a world dominated by larger powers. There are many examples that have had strong influence globally. Take Japan's sushi. It symbolizes precision, minimalism, and respect for tradition. Italy's pasta and pizza conveys warmth and communal identity. Singapore's hawker food represents multicultural coexistence. Singapore has relatively succeeded in promoting their culture internationally, especially when they succeeded in getting hawker culture inscribed on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2020. Hawker culture includes street food practices, multi-ethnic cuisines, communal dining, and intergenerational culinary knowledge. For Singapore, it wasn't just about food recognition, it was identity diplomacy. It shaped the message that Singapore is a nation of many cultures, united through shared spaces and shared meals. That constructive soft power, building influence through shared meaning and cultural understanding. Food diplomacy builds on food security. Food security ensures that people have reliable, affordable, and nutritious access to food. When countries promote their cuisine globally, they often depend on imports of exotic ingredients. For example, sushi grade fish flown from Japan to the US, or Thailand exports ingredients for global Thai restaurants. While this ensures a stable global food supply chain, heavy reliance on international supply chains can create vulnerability to climate shocks or trade disruptions. Climate change compounds this risk. The global food system is responsible for more than one-third of total anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions. Of all food system emissions, about 71% come from agriculture, forestry, and land use change, and the remaining 29% from supply chain activities, in some estimates. Droughts, floods, and changing rainfall affect crop yields. Resource-intensive dishes and air-freighted ingredients increase carbon emissions, worsening environmental impact. Singapore wishes to address this challenge with its 30 by 30 strategy, producing 30% of its nutritional needs locally by 2030. Singapore currently imports over 90% of its food, making it highly vulnerable to global supply shocks, price fluctuations, and climate-related disruptions. Through this policy, Singapore not only aims to be self-sufficient, but to also have resilient and strategic food security, balancing domestic production with global trade, and hopefully it can also potentially play its part in mitigating climate change. While it is advantageous for countries to witness the acceptance of their cultures by other nations through the adoption of cuisines globally, can food diplomacy potentially lead to the dilution of cultures? In food diplomacy, this can mean changing recipes to suit local tastes or using cheaper or non-native ingredients. Globalization increases cross-cultural exchange, which can blur national culinary boundaries. Food diplomacy can unintentionally contribute to a homogenized global palate, making unique culinary identities harder to maintain. For example, fusion cuisine, the blending of different culinary traditions, is becoming exceptionally popular in Singapore, and local dishes like laksa, chili crab, and roti prata have now evolved. Laksa is originally a Peranakan dish with rice noodles, coconut-based curry broth, and seafood. Now it has been altered through the addition of Western ingredients like cheese or bacon to appeal to foreign palates. Food diplomacy increases global appeal, but it also challenges authenticity as it runs the risk of diluting cultural identity, highlighting the tension between cultural preservation and international diplomacy. Food diplomacy shows that taste can influence perception, identity, and international cooperation, but it also comes with challenges. Authenticity can be diluted, environmental costs rise, and culinary influence must be balanced with cultural preservation. In this way, every meal shared abroad is not just a snack, it's a careful act of diplomacy. Thank you.